Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today I wanna do a little more tutorial video, kind of guide. Today I wanna explain a little how the rogue works, how he do like in a solo play or in a party. Also give a explanation of each of his skills, active skills and passive skills. So it'll be a quite long video, but after that you can know everything you can do with a rogue. Also I plan to do with the destroyer, witch, engineer and swordman, but today since it's the hero I'm playing the most recently, so I can explain a little how he works.
Whoa! Come on, play with me! Alright, let's go! Whee! Trust me, and stay close. We're gonna be adventuring buddies!
So as you can see, he's quite strong. His support abilities are pretty high. Actually, he's one of the best support in the game. Support in the aspect of giving more power to your party members. And here agility, he's not very fast, but he still do very well. I think these are his two weakest points, and I can feel it a lot during the gameplay. It's like here's his defense, it's very low. So heroes like Witch and the Swordman, even Destroyer also, they can deal a lot of damage when they get closer to him. So you have to be very careful. Also, he don't have any skill of healing. So you always have to rely on potions. And I can feel I spend so much potions with him when I'm farming. But it's not a problem, it's something affordable. It's not that don't let me play the game. But I feel like I spend like 30% more potions with him. First because he don't have a huge defense, and second because he don't have any healing skills. So now I enter the game with my rogue and give you an explanation about the skills he have. So as I told before, rogue is very good for ranging skills, so every his skills is ranged. And he also have some control skills. That's very good for him. So this one is just a basic attack continuously in area. This one is push the enemies. And the name is multiple shot. Evasion shot is like he jump behind. So you can see, so he can, if some enemy going to attacking, he can evade the attack. Here is this special attack. That's very strong. It's like a charge attack using weapon power. So it can make a very strong attack. And you can upgrade it by leveling up. So every level, 20 levels, you can get a high level. So once I get level 80, I can get it more stronger even. So I can show you guys. Let's put here Semi. So let me just grab some monsters around me. So I give you some demonstration. So here's the area attack. It's very huge. This one is evasion shot. You can evade. So it's very useful in PvP. Like this one. This one is multiple shots that push the enemies to behind. So you can see. Another thing to point out is that the element of the attack is based on the, how can I say, on the element of the weapon you're using. So here the enemy is dark, and I'm using a light type, so I can use the fire also, and my skills will be fire type. But here is not good to use, because it's not strong enough against them. So the burst Oh, someone died here. What's that? Oh my god, someone was farming and died. So let me show the burst attack. It's very good. And you recharge it by using your skills or your friend's skills. Oh, come here. So that's it, that's the basic attacks. I think the only weak point on him is that he don't have any support skill, like healing. The only support he gives is this one, Blazing Heart. That is very good. It's increase the attack, and it can increase a lot. Like the highest level is like 15% for 20 seconds. For 20 seconds, yes. So it's very useful. Everybody wants you to use that. And this Solar Flare. It's very useful in PvP. When you're farming also. So you stun your enemies for 3 seconds. But because of this, you see there's some time before. So if your enemy is not attacking or just running, he can easily run from it. But it can be useful in PvP if you get the right moment. So these two, you start the game. So as you play the game, you can have other options. So they have this skill they call Showtime. It's a very expensive skill, to be sincere, but can be very useful. But I recommend to upgrade it only after you get a high level of these two, because they are more useful. So what this skill do, Showtime, your party member with the strongest attack, you get 10% more attack, defense and movement speed. But it's very expensive and it takes 50 seconds, and only for 10 seconds doing that. It's a special skill and it can be useful in certain mods. Here 20%, imagine. For a Swordman or Destroyer, he'll be a monster. Imagine 40% more faster. So it's useful, but I still suggest leveling these two first. Later I'll explain where to get these skills books. This one, how you level up or even get them. Like a Showtime, where to get it, right? Later I explain it. So the next one is, so what this do, Overcharge Zone. It boosts the gauge for the burst gauge, and if you are within the area he creates, this area, you get 2.5% of attack power, but the cooldown is 40 seconds. And it can be useful. Boost is this one, for example, I use now this one. So it can be useful, and to get it, just here. Where is it? Here. Overcharge Zone. When I get level 80, I can get it. And the upgrades you need to be lucky to find the NPC, for example. Another skill that's very good, they call it Distortion Arrow, and it is the dark type. What this skill do? It pulls this dark hole kind of, and it gives the effect of suppression, I could say, that the enemies cannot move. So it's very useful in PvP if you get your enemies in that. The only problem with this skill, you can get only from chest, from the world boss. Where's the world boss? Yeah. So it's level 3, you're level 79. So where's the skill for? Swordman, this one. Everybody have a special skill. Rock. Distortion Arrow. So this one you can get from here. The chances are low, But if you get, for example, for here, for example, witch, you can trade with someone that got the luck to get the rogue one. That's very nice. So these are the active skills that specifically for rogue. Later I plan to make a video just to explain how these other skills here. So many. If I make it for him now, it takes a long time, so later I'll explain each of them. So before I forget, where to get upgrades for the Blazing Heart, for example. These are very easy to find. It's in a shop. Here, where is it? Here, exactly here. So these are specific for the rogue, but if you are with a swordman, the skills of a swordman specifically will be here also. So here's is the Blazing Heart. I have actually 500 are farming these days. 500 is medals. To get this, it's just playing the game, like doing the world boss, field boss, chaos field boss. That's the 3 ways to get. Sometimes you get in events, some quests, but you just have to farm these bosses. So you can get the active skills like this one. This is the solar flare. That one that stunned the enemy. And some showtime, that one that gives 10% for the strongest in your party. So the others are passive. I explain later these ones. So since we are here, I will buy Blazing Heart. How many you guys want? 3. Let's buy 3. Let's make strong. So we got Blazing Heart. Then use the Blazing Heart books. Where is it? Here. Okay. 1, 2. Oh, I don't have money. Anyway, I have 1. I increase 1% more. So anyway, when I get more money, I do that. I spend so much money upgrading my equipment. Anyway, we already see that upgrade a little more than 7.5. So let's go to the passive skills. I will explain also this time only the passive skills that only rogue can have. Later I'll make a passive skill for in general heroes. So rogue have like 5 passive skills. So what they do? So this increase your movement skill. So it's very good for farming, but for group skills it's not that great because you have other better options to use. But I think for farming, for solo working, or solo leveling is good. So what they do? After 5 shots of your normal attack for 5 seconds, you get your movement speed 10% more faster, and you get your attack speed 5% faster. So it's more useful, and I think this is just the level 1. If you get level 10, it's like 20%, 10%. So it's very good. But if you are like just a support, you are not always attacking, so maybe not that good. But for PvE is excellent, and in some situations can be useful also in PvP. But you see other passives are better to use. So another passive we have, they call risking in return. They even wrote English in Congress. So this is a very peculiar passive. It's like for 5 seconds when you attack enemy, you increase your attack by 2% and stack 5 times for each attack. So you can get a lot to increase your attack, but you take 3% more damage. So imagine 50 more. So if you can see, if you get a high level, Can be a lot, like 4%. So stack 5 times, so it's 20% more attack, but you take so much damage. So it's a little tricky. This can be useful when you are dealing with some boss, because rock, I feel like in the labyrinth, for example, you can just run from the boss and doing some attacks from distance, maybe in that situation. But it's like this, you take your own risk using this. So the next one is Barrier Hunter. To get this passive is when you get to level 100. Here, Barrier Hunter. Here, this one. Or you can buy from here. Let me find Barrier Hunter. Here. It's quite expensive, 1200. And what this passive do? Once you attack enemy with a barrier, you increase your attack in 5% and decrease their movement in 15% attack and 5% decrease. So basically every enemy in the game almost don't have sometimes they have some barriers, but basically it's people. Sometimes some heroes like Destroyer, he always use a barrier, so it's very good against the destroyers. So my recommendation is only if you pay a lot, PvP is useful. So another passive that's very peculiar, and I feel this one is more useful for PvE. They call Crisis Stone Rover. So for each enemy you have around you, you can deal 0.5% more damage for each enemy around you, and you can stack until 1%. So I think that like 7, so 7% in total. So if you have 7 enemies, you get 7% more increase. So it can be useful. So we check this one, right? Make your movement and faster and attack movement fast. This one, you take more damage and do the more. If the enemy is using barrier. This one, more enemies around you. And the last one, this one, boosted charging. So this is a very good for the party, because you and your party, when just by being together with you, you get a boost gauge by 10%, and it's not very expensive skill. You can buy it boosted charging. Let me show you guys. No, not here. Boosted charging. Here, boosted charging. So it's like 1000. I can buy it if I want, for example. So here we can see where is boosting charging, this passive. So 10% for your party, increase more. So it's very useful when you are together with your friends. So you want to be more supportive, it's very useful. And if you use together with this one, yes, overcharge zone is very useful. You put this together with that one, you'll be a very good support. But I think that one is better to upgrade this. This is the basic ones you have to upgrade. So that's my recommendations. So this is a way the game makes some degree of money, but if you guys are curious, if you pay like $100, it's like a crash rank. If it's every time you rank up, like level 20, 40, 60, 80, for example, you get one extra. overcharge zone. That skill that make the gouge more. And also you can get another one here. So just to show you guys that you can get some upgrades by buying stuff in the game. So that's basically how it works. The skills by Rogue. I hope I was clear enough. So as you guys can see, he's very supportive, but he can control a lot the enemies, and he can deal not as much damage like a swordman or a witch, but he still can do very well, because we have to consider that a few times in the game is only a fight 1 against 1. Sometimes you are in a team, right? Most of the time. So you always have to consider that. So the next video I think I do by Swordman or Destroyer. And the idea is to explain how the specific skills, and after that I will explain the other skills. And passives the same. I make a video just to explain these other passives we have, not the specific ones, like these ones. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you on the next video.